facing financial difficulties due to supply constraints, staff shortages and so on. Are you worried about the impact that building industry issues could have on the economy and employment? And is the government in discussion with the building industry on what could be done to manage these impacts and these financial difficulties?
I think what we've seen across the board is an economy that has been left in real strife by the former Liberal government. We see real constraints within the economy. We see significant inflation. And in respect to the building industry, and not just the building industry, real problems in both attracting or finding the skilled people that they need to do the jobs that they have to do, but also the availability of materials. This says everything about how this economy has been mismanaged. And again, we've made clear a range of policies, particularly in respect of skills, about making sure that we address the issues that the economy faces. This is difficult and it's not going to happen overnight, but we are absolutely committed to starting that job right now.
Has your government had discussions?
Well, we've spoken with the building industry but, prior to the election and throughout, and we understand the issues that the building industry is facing, both in terms of finding materials, but also in terms of finding the people with the skills that they need. And it's a real issue within the building industry. In truth, it's a real issue right across the economy. We've got a skills crisis in this country. And the reason why we've got a skills crisis is because over the last 9 years, we've had a government which has cut billions of dollars out of funding for VET. We have less trainees and apprentices today than we did in 2013 when the former government took power. Think about that. The economy has grown, the labour force has grown, but the number of trainees and apprentices has gone in the wrong direction. That's why we've got a skills crisis in this country, and we put forward policies around free TAFE, for example, which will seek to address that.
How would you describe the actions of Rear Admiral Justin Jones in agreeing to the request on election day during caretaker?
Well, again, we've asked the Secretary of the Department to come back to us. I think what's really clear here is that this was an unusual event where a matter which should never have been in the public domain was placed in the public domain. And the reports today are that happened at the direction of the Prime Minister's office. This really is the desperate acts of a dying government. It's an absolute disgrace. And the text messages that we then saw from the Liberal Party later in that day says everything about how the Liberal Party is only concerned about itself. It does not have regard for the national interest.